It is true, we are living through a watershed moment, a turning point in our personal lives and for our world community. There are critical concerns we need to address as individuals, as a nation, and as humans sharing one planet. My goal with Spread Goodness is not to deny what's true and scary in our world, but possibly offset some of the negativity we consume on a daily basis by showcasing what is good in our world. There's a lot of it. Perhaps it will replenish us, remind us who we are at the core of being human. What a miracle it is to be here on this planet at this moment in time, and possibly inspire us to do what we can to make our world a better place. This is Spread Goodness TV.
Hi, I'm Lisa Lang, host of Spread Goodness TV, and welcome to our second episode. I'm proud to introduce you to Lulu Guess, a now 10-year-old, who made it her mission to have all the animals adopted from her local shelter. She exhibits the power we all have to make a difference in the world. Well, Lulu, it's so nice to be here with you today.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell me about yourself. What's your full name? How old are you? What grade are you in? Anything you want to share.
My name is Lulu Guess, and I'm in 4th grade, and I'm 9 years old.
Nice. And what do you like? What are some of the things that you enjoy doing?
I love playing basketball. That is one of my favorite things to do. I love origami, and then I love helping animals, and that's one thing I really love doing. And because I have a poster out there and got lots of things, like I pray every night for the animals.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that look like? What do you pray for the animals?
Well, I just hope that they get good homes and that they all get treated fairly and that they just don't get tested on. You know, it's not fair, right? They shouldn't get tested on for science experiments.
And that's why we're here, isn't it? I met your
Yes.
mom at the dog park, and she mentioned to me that that you had a mission for the winter, and you can, if I'm getting any of this wrong, definitely correct me. But somewhere around winter break or during December, you had a mission to make sure that all the animals, or just the dogs,
all the animals get good homes for like the holidays, and I still want, anytime I would love them to get good homes.
Yeah, absolutely, anytime. But you made it a very, there's a specific goal that you had this winter.
Yes.
And what was that goal?
This goal was to have them a home so they could feel like they could have a nice Christmas, one that they could always remember, and a nice cozy home for the holidays.
Yeah.
And that just makes me feel really good.
Yeah, definitely. And was it a cozy home just for the holidays, or to be adopted?
Forever, yeah.
Forever
to
homes.
Be adopted. Yeah, I adopted my guinea pig recently.
Really?
Yes, from the same shelter that we have my poster. We made it, and there's a picture of all these dogs from the shelter. Yeah. And we adopted my guinea pig from the same shelter, and we've been donating food and stuff to the shelter to help the animals.
That is so cool. How did you learn about the shelter, and which one is it? What's the name of it?
Well, I learned about it, actually, I wanted to adopt a guinea pig, and my mom's friend has a guinea pig, and she told us about this place. It's called Buns, actually.
Buns, okay.
Yes, for standing for bunnies also.
Okay.
And there's also guinea pigs there, and she told us that she just got a guinea pig, and we were like, I want to see them. Yeah. And then I realized there's dogs there and cats, and then I was like, we could donate and then help them find good homes for this Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how it got started? You were looking for a guinea pig because your friend had one?
Yeah.
And then you learned about this place, and then it all kind of rolled into your project.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's how it got started. And that was one of my questions, what inspired you? So you were there, and tell me more about how did that process go in your mind?
Well, it actually made me sad sometimes because one animal, it was like, I think it was a pit bull or something,
Yeah.
and she's actually, her name is Bella. We looked her up, and she's actually on my poster outside,
Yeah.
and she just looked at us like, I really, really want a home, and I was like, why don't we do a project for these animals? And so that just made me feel like we need to get these animals a home.
Totally. So it
Yeah.
all started with Bella then. I mean, it started with
Yeah.
the guinea pig, and then Bella's the one that,
Yeah, she
Really?
really made me think about how I have such a good, nice home, and then I want to help them get good homes
they
also.
deserve it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love animals too. I had a dog that I was so lucky to have. His name was Elwood.
Oh,
I called him my soul dog because he was like my soulmate.
I know. They're like, animals are just the best.
They are. What do you like most? What is it about animals that makes you
Well,
feel
like
that way?
when I just come home from school, my dog just right at the door, and then he just greets us, and like he always has this like feeling that makes us feel so happy, and he's never like ever sad. He's just like, feed me, and then when we give him treats, he's so happy, and then it just makes me feel so good that I have like such a nice, sweet companion.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
They're so easy to please, aren't they? And all they want is to be loved, and that's what they give us. They give us so much love in return. Oh, so sweet. And your dog's name is Texas.
Yes.
How long have you had Texas for?
Well, it was actually before I was born. He's 13.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he came from Missouri,
Oh, wow.
and he was like mini. He was
Yeah.
so cute. So he's 13. He's an old dog. Yeah. So we've had him a long time.
Yeah, you were 9, so he was like 4 years old already by the time you
Yeah.
were born. Yeah, and so you really grew up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really special.
Yes.
Cool. So, okay, so you decided to do this project, and how did you get started?
So, well, as I told you, Bella she totally started it for me, and then my mom, I think one of her friends that she met, she has this whole campaign of rescuing animals, and she sent my mom these printed photos, and we just got a poster board, and we just decorated the photos and glued them up and had all their names, and then just says, come adopt us with all the information. And then that has really helped because my dad actually filmed someone getting out of his car, coming and looking at the sign, and like 3 people have done that now.
Wow.
And then recently my mom looked on the site, and 2 of them already got adopted, and we got to write adopted next to their names out on the sign.
That's got to feel really satisfying.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
And I saw the poster at the dog park, but not before I met your mom. Your mom,
Yes.
somehow we got into conversation, and she showed us a flyer, and I was really inspired. And then when I left the dog park, of course, I saw the poster because then I was aware of it. And
Yeah.
you did such a nice job, like making it look really attractive to the eye, and
Yeah.
I could tell you worked really hard. You're an artist too, so
Yeah,
you did some
I love
artwork on
art.
there. Yeah, that's so cool, and it's amazing. So how many posters do you think that you put up around town then?
Well, I made 2 main ones, and then me and my mom handed out flyers, and like probably about 15 people got the flyers around. So
Yeah.
yeah, and there's still so much to do. So
When you say there's so much to do, like what? What do you plan to do?
well, I plan to make more posters, and that's a good idea. You can put them around town, and then more people will get the word that you can adopt if they're really looking for an animal. They can just go and adopt at the local shelter. So
Right. It's that simple.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
that simple.
And you're just guiding them to where they want to go.
yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. Well, what if we posted something on our Instagram? Would that be helpful?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll definitely share.
Yeah, we
the
have like
flyer.
a couple flyers you could take a picture of.
Okay. Love it. And of course, we'll share some of this video, and
Yeah.
we'll get the word out as much as we can.
Yeah.
So you said that you actually saw somebody get out of his car to look at it.
Yes.
And did that person end up adopting? Do you know?
Well, we don't actually know for sure, but
Okay.
then just recently after, as I said, my mom saw 2 of them got adopted, and I was like, probably that guy must have adopted. So
It could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
That's
I
incredible.
really think the signs are helping.
I definitely think they are. I know
Yeah.
they are. Yeah. And how many, you're saying, do you know that there's been 2 adopted? So how many?
Well, there has been 3.
Okay.
And then, well, I know this is just for one shelter, so
Yeah.
we don't actually know because we just started this. So
Okay.
there could have been more that got adopted before we started, and we haven't actually checked. We checked recently, but it's been about a month, so we could check again. I bet you there's like 2 more at least that got
Yeah,
adopted.
let us know, will you?
Yeah.
Keep me posted. This is exciting.
Yeah,
We should like have a
too.
countdown somehow
Yeah.
and be like, okay, there's this many dogs and this many have been adopted.
Yeah.
Let's see how fast we can get them all adopted.
Yeah, it's very special because I just adopted my guinea pig from the same place, and I feel like he's helping in a way too.
How do you mean?
Like, I just feel like he's got his energy helping these animals.
Cool.
And he actually started me because I adopted him from the shelter, and I realized there were so many others that wanted a good home like him too.
Yeah. And you already know what that means for the animal that you adopted.
Yes.
Yeah. And the love that you're able to give him. Yeah. You mentioned the word energy and the energy that he's putting out to help the animals. And you also mentioned earlier that you also pray for the animals.
Yes.
Yeah? Can you tell me more about that?
Well, it's mostly like I just tell God and like the universe that I'm just certain that they're going to get adopted, and then at the end of my prayer I'm like, I'm certain that you're going to help these animals find homes.
Beautiful.
And yeah, and then when I go to bed I feel like so certain. So it makes me feel very good.
Yeah. You're using the word certain, so it's almost as if your prayer has already been answered.
Yeah.
Yeah? And it's just the way in which it's going to happen is in God's hands, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. That's great. Do you do that a lot? Do you put the energy towards something you really want to happen as if it's already happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
I bet you, like, at least lots of animals are getting adopted. I feel it.
Yeah.
Certain that they're going to.
Yeah, I feel that too. I really do. It's that good feeling, and just like
Yes.
trusting that really good feeling and focusing on it. Yeah. Yeah, I do that as well. I think that's really powerful. Well, we've already answered a lot of these questions. What motivated you and gave you this is a follow-up question. So you told me what motivated you to do this, first going to the shelter and then meeting Bella.
Yeah.
And what gave you, and we're kind of talking about this now, but maybe this will prompt some more information. What gave you the belief that you could actually do it?
Well, I've actually heard of a lot of animal activists, and they just stood up for what they really believed in. And I feel like I could do the same thing if I just really wanted it to happen. As I said, I'm certain that they are going to get all adopted into good homes. And I just believe that if I keep donating and visiting the animals, then I just have that feeling that I'm helping in a lot of ways at the same time. That
you were determined, and you put a lot of energy towards it, and you just believed that it would. And you and your mom were also telling me earlier that kind of some magical things have happened in support of that vision. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I don't actually know what she's talking about.
Like,
What are you talking about?
Well, what were you saying earlier, Zoe, about like these things have happened in response to the energy that she's putting out? Yeah.
So, well, first we met Wendy, who works for it's Care for Paws.
Oh, was that it? Okay, that was
then,
it. That's what I was trying to remember.
So then she showed up. I was doing one of the Adams Angels volunteering, and she was there. And then you were at the dog park, and just seems like we were really supported to
Yeah.
to see her prayer get answered.
Yeah. So just meeting people who can assist you. Yeah. And tell me about your mom and what other support have you received in addition to those people?
She prays with me a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like all the animals have responded to me also, and I feel like there's so many people out there that also want the animals to just get adopted, and I feel a lot of support.
So you're finding a lot of helpers.
Family,
Yeah, because it's a great mission to be on, and people want to support it and help. Yeah, very cool. Were there any challenges along the way?
Well, it was challenging seeing them just not having homes. That was also what gave me so much determination, because they were just there and they were like, I really, really want a home. And then that was very sad, thinking that they didn't have a home. So then I was very determined after that.
Yeah.
That's what actually started me praying every night, and I was certain that they were going to get homes. And that was a challenge, just the whole thing, seeing that they didn't have homes.
Right. The whole project
challenge.
was the challenge, it sounds like. Yeah. Those big feelings are really what prompt action.
Yeah.
And you acted. I think there are a lot of people out there in the world like you, your age, and adults too, who also feel those really strong emotions, but they don't always know where to start.
Yes.
Right? And or they just have a lot going on in their life and they don't realize, how they can make an impact and have it fit into all the other things they're doing. So what would you tell them?
Well, I would tell them that they would just be very supported, and if they kept having so much determination like I have, they could just feel the hard things come through, and then they would just do so much more good if they just faced all the challenges. That would just give you more strong support and feelings if you just, like, my whole project is about them having homes, and just the thing is that they don't have homes, so just having them have homes is just very much a supportive thing, but it gave me way more determination to think that they just don't have homes and how many ways I could help them.
Yeah, well said. It sounds like that determination and the vision, and then you said facing the action, facing the problem or facing the challenge really are the things that make it happen.
Yes.
And then by doing all of that, what I'm hearing is that the support comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. And so, I mean, my next question, I feel like I can answer it by what you shared with me, but I said, did you ever doubt you would meet your goal? It doesn't seem like you ever doubted it.
I do not doubt. I could just having really that determination just gives me so much power to think that I can very much help them have a good home.
Wow. Can you say that again really loud? I mean, not really loud, but I want to hear that again.
Well, having determination just makes you be like, your goal can always be, you can always have your goal become true if you have all that determination and just face your goal.
And you said it gives you power.
Yes.
Yeah, so you feel empowered. Yes. Wonderful. And then the next question you just answered, what kept you pushing forward? It sounds like your determination.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've already shared the nuts and bolts of how you accomplished your goals, steps involved. What proved most effective? Would you say that the flyers were most effective, or do you think your signs were? Or?
I think the signs were, because like a couple days after my dad got that video of the guy coming out of the truck, and then there were lots of people that came out and looked at the poster, and then 2 of them got adopted, and that just gave me like so much hope for the goal. Yes.
That's exciting. It's like that fire's catching on. You're the fire starter. Well, you certainly inspired me.
That's my goal, too.
That's your goal?
Yeah.
To inspire people?
Yes.
Yeah. And have you encountered others who you've inspired? Have other people?
Yeah, I
Caught
think
on?
I've really inspired my friends a lot, too.
How so? Tell me about that.
Well, my friend Chanel, she like was talking about, yeah, I want the animals to have homes so much too, and then I told her about all the things she could do to help, and then she was like, yeah, that sounds like so awesome, and it's just, I think I inspired her to, she can do so many good things by just donating to the
Yeah.
animal shelter.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So you're gaining a whole team of support.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm sure it also would inspire a ripple effect of action, whether it's with saving the animals or even other things that people feel passionate about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is my goal, and people can be inspired by their goals. They're as hard as this, having them find homes and facing their goal, as I said. Just any goal you have, can just have that determination and just get it done.
Absolutely. Well, I wonder, I'm going to share something that I'm working on, and I wonder if you might be able to help me. So I started something called the Spread Goodness Challenge.
Oh.
And so there's these cards, and they all look a little different because different people and businesses and schools have sponsored them, but they all say the exact same thing on them, which is join the Spread Goodness Challenge today. And on the back it says, do something kind and unexpected for someone you don't know. So for what you're doing, how would you answer that?
Well, I know I don't know all the animals in the world, but I just want them all to get home.
Right, so that's what you're doing. That's the kind and unexpected. Nobody expected that you would do that, right?
Yeah.
But you chose to do that. And then once you've done your project or your kind and unexpected action, then you would go to our website, which is spreadgoodness.love, and you would share about it. So in a summary or a sentence or 4 sentences, this is what I've done, or more, of course, if you want to share more,
Yeah.
which I'd love. And share your experience, and then on every and then on every card there's a special code. So you would log that code with your experience, and then you'd pass this card on to somebody else, and hopefully they then will do something kind and unexpected for someone they don't know.
Oh yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah? What do you
Yeah.
love about it?
Well, I love that it could just be passed on and passed on. That's awesome.
Cool, thank you. So hopefully you know what you do then inspires somebody else to do something,
Yeah.
and then they can inspire somebody else, and so on.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, since every card has a code on it, you can actually track all the different stories that populated because of what you started.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
So your
Yeah.
story would show up, and then the person that you gave the card to, their story would show up, and then the person they gave the card to.
I love that. It's so cool. Yeah.
Thank you. So would you be willing to take one of these cards and,
Yeah,
and log
definitely.
it and pass it on? Awesome. Why don't you
Sure.
go through? You could pick the one that you like the most.
Okay. I really like this one.
Awesome. Okay. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm so
Yeah.
excited you can be part of it, and you can inspire others to be part of it. It's a huge
Yeah.
thank you. Very cool. So at the bottom of that, I'm just going to share. So I mentioned that different people sponsor them. What does it say at the very bottom of who
It
sponsored that one?
says this card is sponsored by Waldorf 100.
Yeah,
or
so
like
the
an
Waldorf
infinity.
schools celebrated their 100th anniversary a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
years ago, and so that card, they helped design that card.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So then you get to share also
Yeah.
people who are doing good things. Cool, thank you. So I'm also curious, so in doing this project and in finding the animals' homes, has this experience motivated you to pursue more projects like this one?
Yes, it has inspired me to also get better at basketball.
Really?
Yeah, it's
me
just
more.
that determination, as I said again.
Makes sense.
Yeah, to just keep practicing and getting better and better. And that's one of my other goals I really would like to help happen.
Awesome. That's a great goal. And now you're empowered, like you said, with what that determination can do for you
Yes.
and others. Wow. I bet your mom is so proud of you. Oh, I'm very impressed with all that you've done so far, and I can't wait to see what else. I mean, you're 9 years old, so you've got a lifetime of great things ahead of you that I know you're going to accomplish. So I'm really...
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. And what would you say to another 9-year-old who might be interested in a project like this to encourage them to move forward?
Well, I would very much encourage them to start a sign like I did, and then that could really start, like, help motivating you to get into higher levels by visiting the animals, even adopting animals and telling other people about them.
Yeah.
And yeah, that sign has really helped a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, so that's a great way to move forward, one step at a time. I love it. And is there anything else that you would like to share with our Spread Goodness audience?
Well, I love this, how it's called Spread Goodness. That's awesome. And that would be awesome if people would be inspired to go on this show and share what they have to say. And do you have like episodes that you can like watch?
The first episode is hopefully going to be up airing in February.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to watch it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be on the TVSB channels, which are 17 and 71 locally. And then we'll also have them up on YouTube and share as many ways as we can.
That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and interviews like this are really inspiring to me too. I really do hope to meet more people like you who are doing amazing things in the world.
Oh.
And I'm so grateful that you get to be that you're one of my first.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I feel good doing this, sharing what I have to say about the animals.
Oh, that makes me feel really good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on Spread Goodness TV. We look forward to seeing you next time. Help us build our online community. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Lulu, who's this?
This is Luca. He's my friend, and this is Panda. He's adopted at the same place Mario's been adopted.
That's so awesome. Luca, can you tell us about that experience? How did you even learn about?
Well, actually, I learned about buns from Lulu, and Panda. She told me to adopt Panda, so we went to the shelter, and we met Panda, and immediately fell in love with him.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
If you would like to support our ability to provide uplifting content inspired by members of this community and communities around the world, please consider becoming a sponsor. For more information, email Lisa at spreadgoodness.love or visit spreadgoodness.love/sponsor.